Well, it's always good to open up at Heinz Field and get a W. I was really, overall happy with the way our kids played in the first half. I don't think we came out in the second half and played the way you'd like to. Be as cleaner. We got 2 turnovers in the second half offensively. One's a tip ball, and one's, I think the first thing I said to Kenny at the beginning of the second quarter on the sideline as he was warming up is like, listen, you do not take a hit and you go down. So what's he do? He goes up. He must have misunderstood down and up. But he's a competitor. He's like, Coach, I was trying to get the first down. He's probably 5 yards short, but we got to be smarter there. But again, it's great to be 1-0. We're able to do it a little bit shorthanded in a few different spots. Which again, just being smart. And we'll evaluate, all those. I'm not going to get into details. Jerry, okay, my man. I'm not going to get into details, but I feel pretty good for next week as far as our personnel goes, and hopefully we'll be near 95%. So with that, I'll open it up for questions.
The lack of cleanness in the second half is one thing, but how much also of that is just sort of you kind of knew you had a big lead and you maybe didn't have to show more than you needed to?
Well, as far as I told the guys, I told them at halftime it was 0-0. So we weren't, taking the foot off the gas, to be honest with you. But you know what? I can say that all I want. Talking to a bunch of 18, 19-year-olds, they got their, minds made up. I don't know if that was the case. I give Albany credit. They're a good football team. They're well coached. They got a good defense. They made some plays too. So, I like those guys and good people over there. So. But what was that part of it? Sometimes there's a letdown. Sometimes there's a letdown going into the game. Sometimes you don't even show up. Our guys showed up. I thought they were really focused yesterday for walkthroughs. A little different focus than I've seen. I even texted Heather yesterday saying, "Man, these guys are locked in a little bit different." So, every year you have a different team, and these guys are focused. So I like where we are right now. We got, we're going to make our best improvement from week 1 to week 2. I told them afterwards, we got a lot of things to clean up. I mean, shoot, offensively and defense, we got 3rd and 1, and we jump off sides or line up off sides. I mean, it's just like those things. You're going to have a hard time, winning them all if you do stuff like that. So we've got to clean up a lot of things, and I think we will. And the other great thing I'll point out when you look at the overall game is we were able to get a lot of guys in the game. I mean, we got a lot of guys played today. I mean, we played. Shoot, we had to play probably 30 guys on defense, and we'll be able to really see where they are and evaluate the reps from there. I mean, it's a different practice in the game, but when you can get – the last couple of years we have not been able to get our 2s in there. But we got, I bet you, shoots, we got 2.5 deep really at every position, so that's good.
Olsen had a good game, but are you pleased with your running game?
You said who had a good game? Olsen, yeah.
Are you pleased as a whole?
I didn't look at rushing yards. I mean, their stats. I mean, rush for 238 yards. You tell me. I guess I'd be happy with 238 if we get 238 every game. I thought there were some nice holes. The O-line opened up some nice holes. I thought really all 3 backs did a good job. I don't know who rushed for what. Doesn't really matter. They're a team back there, but I was happy with the rush game. It's going to have to be even better, and it will get better this week.
Hey, you guys talked about avoiding a letdown. To come out and kind of put it on them. You were up 19 in the first 10 minutes. I mean, is that sort of the kind of response you're looking for, and the sign of maturity from maybe your group?
Yeah, and I told Frenchie his picture will probably be right up out on the wall in the locker room, because that was, we opened up with that, that big kickoff return, and I said, hey, if we get a chance to return it, we're going to take it to the house, and they said in the huddle out there we're going to make a house call here, and they made a house call, so they delivered on what we said we were going to do, we're not going to fair catch it like some people want to. We're going to take that thing out. We got some good returners.
Coach, you talked about telling Kenny not to take any risks that he does to leave. What did you tell him after the leave?
I said, are you kidding me? I don't know what I said to him. I couldn't find him. I'm screaming for him. He just kept walking. He was like, maybe I should pretend like I don't hear him right now.
Can you talk about Quadri Olsen in particular?
Quadri, he started off strong. I mean, he led the guys early. Again, I don't know what I guess he rushed for 73 yards. But Quadri's a war daddy. I mean, he can tote the rock, and I like what he looks like at number 30 as opposed to 37. He looks a little faster than 30, I think. But I'm happy with all those guys. We'll find out next week.
As you said, you wanted to keep Kenny upright, but he did play almost all the game except for those couple plays he missed with. Looked like he cramped it. What went into your decision to want him to keep him in there and keep him going?
He, in my opinion, is still a freshman. I mean, the guy's, he still needs those game reps. And, the other thing, if he would have scored on that one drive where, we got tipped and picked, he'd have been done right then. But I didn't want him to end. Who wants to walk off and, throwing a pick. So I didn't want him to end like that. I was hoping we'd go down and score, and that didn't happen. But, I wanted him to get back out there and not be thinking about that all week. I just think that's a mental thing. So I would have liked to have taken him out there. I thought Ricky did a nice job when he went in there. It was just good to get your backup quarterback some reps. He did, really should be 2 for 2, I believe. The stats say 1 for 1. I think Aaron dropped one on him, and then Jimmy Madura had a nice catch and run.
You seem to get most of your sacks from your defensive linemen today. Is that a philosophical thing, or just random?
We'll take sacks any way we can get them, Jerry. If you could get one, we'll put you in, okay? But I don't care who gets them. But, the nice thing is they're getting them. If you can get 4-man pressure, I don't know if it was 4, if it was 5 or 6 man. We'll have to look at the tape. I know Rashad Wheeler had a nice one at the end, which I think was 4-man pressure. But, if it's a D-line getting it, the question is, Jerry, really is, how many came at that time? Did he get turned loose? Was there 4, 5, 6 guys going? That's the question. So we'll have to go back and look at that. But if all our sacks, which I don't know how many we had, if all our sacks, we had how many? 5? But I know the very first one was, 6-man pressure. So it all depends on, what the pressure was. So.
Say you guys had the advantage in size and speed, but how much did Kenny's precision early on, just decision making and making those throws, kind of put everyone at ease a little bit?
Well, I think, that first, he avoided a little sack back there, and then threw a completion to Tayseer Mack, who, only played about probably 10 plays, and that was the plan, just to keep him ready to go. And so we didn't take him out for a big reason there. But, I don't know if Kenny was as sharp as I've seen him. So I think he was about 75%. I thought he played okay. I've seen him play a lot better. I've seen him be a lot more accurate. So it's been a long time since he's played. He hadn't played that much football. I expect to see even a sharper Kenny next week.
Given that, Pat, he was perfect 13 of 13 in the first half. Did you see?
He was?
He was. Did you see any flaws in the first half, or did you see that could have possibly set him up to not have as good, like maybe some overconfidence, given that how well it went?
I don't know that. He's a confident guy to begin with. I would never say it's overconfidence. I didn't know he was 13 of 13. But he can be a lot better. I can't answer that.
Did you think DeMar was going to score?
I did. I don't know who got him, but I thought he was going to score. I think he
kind of inside when he could have went straight down the sideline.
I think I ought to take it down the sideline. I don't know.
You talked about French earlier, Pat. What sort of progress and improvement did you notice from him during the offseason? I guess particularly in training camp.
Yeah, Craig. He's an explosive guy. As you see him, he takes the corner. It's like, I mean, he's explosive. He's strong. Our strength coach did a great job, and obviously he put the work in. But he was explosive when we had him in camp a couple years ago, and he continues to get more explosive. I mean, that guy's a big play threat, and I think you saw a little bit of some burst out of Shockey as well today. You got to see a little bit of 18. So both those guys got a chance to make some big plays on some of those sweeps.
Are there any concerns about the longer pass plays Albany was able to put together?
Yeah, I mean, again, we're a little bit maybe shorthanded back there, but yeah, they bother me. I don't think we were clean defensively like you'd like to be. I mean, we stopped the run, which is the number one thing. I'll tell you that over and over and over again. But if they're going to keep throwing it, I don't know how many passes they threw. What did they throw? 60 passes? Is that what it was? No, where were we at passing? I don't even know. 29. But just if you can't run the ball, you're gonna have troubles if you're throwing it up. And then a couple of those picks, I thought a couple of PIs were, shoot, they ran into us one time, and then Bryson has a nice pick. And there was a couple, to be honest with you, the last big pass, I think we had a safety who should have been in the middle of the field and hung out Bryson. So it really wasn't Bryson's fault. We should have had a guy in the middle of the field sitting there helping him. He should have had a pick there too. So sometimes what you see on tape or see in the stands isn't exactly true. So there's a couple, busts. I got some guys tell me, well, Coach, I didn't see the whole formation. I said, well, that's what we practice every day for. Are you kidding me? There's only 11. All you got to do is count to 11 and shoot 5 of them are sitting up front, and they never really move.
Any final questions before we get to our players?
Last year you played an FCS team in the opener and went and won in overtime. How much different is it to start the season this way compared to last year, especially given that you're going to play Penn State the second week each time?
Yeah, I mean, I think our kids understood that, going into it. We talked about that not happening, and we came out in a different fashion. That shows our kids, and hopefully shows everybody that this is a different football team than it was a year ago. We didn't go out there and just settle for less. And again, I think we're just going to keep getting better. That's the positive. I think we're going to keep getting better.
Coach, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.